Spermageddon, the wild and outrageous animated comedy from Norway, ends on a note that is both hilariously absurd and unexpectedly thoughtful. The story follows Simon and Camilla, two unlikely heroes in the chaotic world of sperm cells, as they navigate a perilous journey to fertilize an egg. The climax of the film is packed with humor, action, and a surprising moral twist that adds depth to the otherwise raunchy tale. The final moments of the movie take place during a frantic race to the egg. Simon and Camilla have survived countless obstacles, from the deadly effects of spermicide gel to narrowly escaping being flushed away in Lisa's large intestine. Along the way, they encounter a variety of bizarre characters, including a heroic E. coli bacterium who helps them out of a tight spot. After all the madness, they finally reach Lisa's fallopian tubes, where the ultimate challenge awaits them. It's just the two of them now, the last sperm standing, with the egg tantalizingly close. For Simon, this moment represents the culmination of his life's mission to fertilize the egg and fulfill his biological purpose. But for Camilla, things are starting to feel a lot more complicated. As they approach the egg, Camilla begins to question their entire purpose. She realizes that if they succeed, Lisa, a 16-year-old girl, will face an unplanned pregnancy, something she clearly doesn't want. This revelation sparks an existential crisis for the pair, who are, up until this point, quite literally just cells following their instincts. Camilla argues that their mission, while biologically programmed, could have devastating consequences for Lisa's life. Her concerns introduce a layer of thoughtfulness and humanity to the film, tackling issues like consent, teenage responsibility, and the importance of safe sex in a way that's as funny as it is unexpectedly profound. Simon, ever the eager and optimistic sperm, initially struggles to understand Camilla's perspective. He has spent his entire existence racing toward this moment, driven by a singular purpose. But as Camilla explains the potential consequences for Lisa, he begins to see things differently. Their conversation is both hilarious and touching, as they debate the ethics of fertilizing the egg while still cracking jokes and riffing off each other's personalities. It's a rare moment of introspection in a film that's otherwise full of crude humor and outrageous antics. In a surprising twist, Simon decides to listen to Camilla. He agrees that their purpose shouldn't come at the expense of Lisa's future. Instead of completing their mission, the pair makes the ultimate sacrifice. They choose to dissolve into nothingness, ensuring that Lisa doesn't face an unwanted pregnancy. It's a strangely beautiful moment of selflessness, made all the more poignant by the absurdity of the situation. Who would have thought a movie about sperm could deliver such an emotional gut punch? The film then cuts back to Lisa and Jens, two teenagers enjoying their last summer fling before parting ways. Unbeknownst to them, an epic battle has been unfolding inside Lisa's body. Thanks to Lisa's responsible decision to use contraception, she remains blissfully unaware of the drama within her reproductive system. This part of the story reinforces the film's underlying message about the importance of birth control and taking charge of one's sexual health. It's a subtle but effective reminder that responsibility can prevent unintended consequences. The movie ends with a bittersweet farewell. As Simon and Camilla hold hands, or whatever the sperm equivalent might be, and dissolve into the microscopic void, the camera zooms out to reveal Jens and Lisa going about their lives, completely oblivious to the heroic sacrifice that just occurred inside them. The final shot shows Jens walking away, leaving Lisa with a smile, their brief summer romance coming to a quiet close. Life goes on, and the chaos of the sperm world fades into the background. In its ending, Spermageddon manages to balance its outrageous humor with a surprisingly meaningful message. While the film is packed with ridiculous scenarios and crude jokes, it ultimately delivers a thoughtful commentary on the complexities of teenage relationships, the importance of consent, and the power of making responsible choices. By having Simon and Camilla choose not to fertilize the egg, the filmmakers flip the usual narrative, showing that even sperm cells can prioritize ethics over instincts. It's a weird, bold, and oddly inspiring way to end a movie that doesn't shy away from tackling taboo topics with humor and heart. Spermageddon may be one of the most absurd films ever made, but its ending proves that even the wildest stories can leave you with something to think about. Through the lens of a microscopic world, the film explores themes of responsibility, selflessness, and the unintended consequences of our actions. It's a hilarious ride from start to finish, but it's the thoughtful conclusion that truly makes it memorable. After all, who knew that sperm could teach us so much about life, love, and the importance of good decisions?